My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 3rd, 2023. It is 4:22 a.m. I don't know. Since yesterday, I wasn't really planning on recording anything, but I'm up. So I just decided to come in and see what's going on. So I've been up for a while, but I've been putting some tweets together. And I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other tweets. And I started seeing some tweets regarding Philip Schofield. And I was like, you know what? Let me look into him and see how this came about. Because I never had any ill feeling towards him. Keep in mind, I don't live in the UK for me to see the everyday TV shows that goes on and things that he said. So I'm in the United States, and some of the clips that I usually come across of him talking about Meghan, to me, okay, I didn't say this is what it is, but to me, the ones that I was able to see seems reasonable, okay, reasonable. So I never had any ill feeling towards him. Then the situation happened, the affair with the young boy and things like that popping up, and the squad are telling me and on my comments and other things that you know, he's really not a good guy toward Meghan. All right, so I decided, let me take you along with me. Let's see how this started. Okay. And I'm gonna go to Wikipedia, and then I'm gonna go to Twitter. I have some stuff to share with you. This will be the second tweet that I'll be cover after I, go on the Wikipedia. Okay, because I saw some stuff regarding him on Wikipedia. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff, but my main focus will be down here, this paragraph right here. All right, so let's go back up to see a little bit background of him. Okay. His name is Philip Schofield, born April 1st, 1962, is an English former television presenter. He rose to prominence as a children BBC continuity presenter from 1985 to 1987, and went on to present a wide range of programs for the BBC and ITV, including going live. Okay, so there's other things you guys could go and search about him. Okay. But let's focus on the part with the affair, this paragraph, okay? Affair and resignation from ITV. Following months of speculation about his private life and report of an increasingly strained relationship with Willoughby, I guess that's the person, okay, so that's something else. Schofield presented this morning for the last time on 18 May 2023. 2 days later, he announced his departure from the program with immediate effect after more than 20 years in the role, saying ITV had decided that, quote, the current situation could not go on, end quote. Willoughby responded briefly on Instagram, thanking Schofield for 13 great years co-presenting this morning and saying the sofa won't feel the same without him. So that's Willoughby. I'm assuming that's the lady that usually put next to him. Should I say the co-host, the lady? Okay, I don't know their name, so this is why I'm going back to see how everything started. Okay, in a statement to the Daily Mail on 26 May, Schofield admitted to having had a relationship with a young male ITV employee before he came out as gay in 2020. And while he was married to Stephanie Lord, so he was married to a woman, and then he was having that double life. Okay, his wife since 1993. Oh my lord. And you see, this is how will I say that? Disease spread. Oh my goodness. He was having affair with men, and then he just used the wife as a front, I guess. But let's continue. I don't know what he did, whatever, but I'm just reading, and my instinct is talking right now. Schofield met the man when he was 15. Okay. So this is the part here where the pedo kind of thing started. Okay. Schofield met the man when he was 15. It's a child. That's not a man. You see, oh my lord, when these people are writing things about their pedo people, they're making it seems like it's the age is reasonable. A man. This is a boy, a teenager. So while I'm editing the video and this question popped up in my mind, what age does a boy become a man? And I decided to search and see what I find. We have to be very careful. Who the hell is writing these information out there? So I was shocked to read this, so I had to record it instead of putting screenshot. Okay, while the law says a boy become an adult when he reaches the age of 18, the measurement of a manhood is not his age, nor is the size of his muscle or knowledge or even the amount of hair on specific body parts. I didn't understand what it was to become a man until after I had become one. Okay, I'm not even gonna go into this article. You could go and search it yourself. It's from medium.com. Okay, this is the one that got me here. This one from MSDmanuals.com. I don't know what that means, but this one got me. At what age does boy become a man? Puberty is the stage during which people reach full reproductive ability and develop the adult feature of their sex. In boys, puberty usually occurs between the age of 10 and 14. I understand that, but does that make him become a man to be taking advantage of, where those other adult age men, let's say 50, okay, feel like it's necessary to have adult relationship with a 10-year-old? My youngest is 10 years old. The things that he's talking about is like childish. Like, what does he know about adult? My oldest is 13 going into 14. He doesn't even know a damn thing. And these people who's writing, are they meaning that a 10 and a 14 years old? No wonder fucking why they want to reduce the age of consent. What do these kids know about being adult, about certain type of responsibilities? I don't even think they even know about sex education or certain disease transmitted. They don't even know these things. Okay, however, it is not unusual for puberty to begin as early as 9 or to continue until age 16. Okay, so I understand they're focusing in terms of puberty, but this does not give people the right to think this a 10-year-old or 14 or 16, not even 18, but at some point you need to reach a limit. Okay, I can understand 18, whatever, but I always say 20. Okay, when the kid leave the teenage years, that's when you could put the borderline of being adult. Okay, but you know, at some point you do need to reach an age where you have to say, okay, you're not a kid anymore. But a 10 and a 14, okay, we need to be very careful. Okay, at what age does a boy become a man? This article seems to be focusing in terms of puberty, but does that make it appropriate, okay, for people to reduce the age of consent? Go back to PYTE. There are some articles that I read and where certain adults past their 20s were trying to reduce the age of consent, okay, to like 10 or 14, this age. Okay, that's why I'm recording this. People need to fight for our kids. Okay, so let's get back to the original recording. Schofield met the man when he was 15 while giving a talk at a drama school. You see, that's a boy. Oh my goodness, at school. He later arranged an interview for him at This Morning, so I guess that's the show, where he was hired as a production assistant. Okay. Schofield said the affair began after the employee turned 18. I don't think so. I don't think so. By which point Schofield was in his early 50s. Jesus, they're ruining those young people's lives. I have some videos on PYTE regarding pedophile where they're trying to raise the age of consent. I mean, not raise, lowering it. Lowering, I think they were trying to go as low as 13. Around, when you're in the teen, you don't know. You're trying to figure out your way around. Even people in their 30s still trying to figure out their way around in life. But these young people, they don't know any better. They might think they do, but they don't. But those older people who already, spread themselves all over, already experienced life, they're ruining those young people's lives. Okay, Schofield said the affair began after the employee turned 18, by which point Schofield was in his early 50s, and admitting lying to ITV management, his colleagues, his lawyers, his agent, and others, Schofield resigned from ITV and apologized to his lies, while calling the relationship consensual and unwise but not illegal. There's the thing, the age part. They're trying to justify that thing because of the age. My goodness. ITV said, it's up to UK. There's really some really good Brits out there, but many of them are so quiet. They're trying to be respectful. Meanwhile, these people are running wild, messing up with those children. My goodness. ITV said it had investigated rumors of a relationship between Schofield and the employee in early 2020, but that they had repeatedly denied the affair. So even the kid denied the affair, stating that it was deeply disappointed by his admission of deceit. ITV severed ties with Schofield and instructed a King counselor to carry out an external review of its handling of the incident. Okay, ITV confirmed that This Morning will continue, hosted by Willoughby and other presenters, and announced James McDonald as the new host of the British Soap Awards. Willoughby said she found it hurtful that Schofield had lied to her when... Okay, now it's getting a little bit, I need to highlight because I'm missing the line. Willoughby said she found it hurtful that Schofield had lied to her when she asked him directly about the rumor. The talent agency YMU dropped Schofield after representing him for 35 years, and the Prince's Trust announced that it will no longer feature him as an ambassador, saying that it was no longer appropriate to work together. In separate interview with the BBC and The Sun, Schofield apologized to the employee for bringing the greatest misery into his solely innocent life. You should have thought about that way before. Okay, it's okay to help someone find a job, but when it becomes this kind of deep personal, literally deep personal, okay, sleeping with them and stuff like that, it's inappropriate. Anybody could help, somebody get a job. It's always good, but then you take advantage of that. Okay, he denied grooming him and said that his career was over and that he had lost everything. While he acknowledges the age difference, Schofield believed homophobia was a factor in the media coverage and that a heterosexual affair would not create such a scandal. Look at, what's the other one? Andrew, okay? Jeez. All right, so this is where we start. This is the foundation of everything for me, okay, to know where the thing started. All right, but then let's go on Twitter. There was some stuff, it seems like he said about Meghan. So this is where we start. Okay, it's telling how UK media protects men accused of sexually abusing minors, from Seville to King Charles' buddies, Prince Andrew, and now Philip Schofield, all who they defended as having not been charged without a crime. None of them have ever given Meghan a chance. UK media can F off. Okay, there's that. All right, so this is the reason that I sort of bookmarked this. She retweeted that. All right, and then we'll read some of the comments. She retweeted that. Let's listen to that. This is Sky News. Once this start playing, it's gonna be screenshot, okay? Philip Schofield told the BBC that since leaving ITV and this morning, he has lost everything, adding, "This is how Caroline Flack felt." Okay, is there more video? No. So let's listen. Did they close the comment? Yep, they closed the comment, but we tweeted out. People we tweeted out. Anyone feeling emotional distress or suicidal can call Samaritan. Okay, so there's this here if you're having suicidal thought. But let's listen.
It is relentless, and it is day after day after day after day. And if you do that, if you don't think that that is going to have the most catastrophic effect on someone's mind, what do you want me to die?
But the thing
because that's where
this is the thing that Meghan was going through. Okay, when she came out and tell people that she had suicidal thought and things like that, but instead of being reasonable, everybody in the UK who had a platform were jumping on her, adding more misery to her mental well-being. So now I see why the squad was saying some stuff. Alright, you should have known. Okay, let me move it back a little bit. Let's listen.
You want me to die because that's where I am. I have lost everything. And so how much do you want a man to take? And are you truly only happy when he's dead? And this is how Caroline Flack felt.
And Meghan, and thank God she had a husband who cared about her well-being and decided to take her out of that infested savagery country. Evil. And this is where evil originated. You were part of the evilness toward her. So now you know how it feels.
And it didn't stop. And I know I've done something wrong. I know I've done something wrong. I've owned up to doing something wrong. But still it comes. Still it is utterly relentless. It is relentless.
Okay, it's playing over. So let's go back and read some of the comment. What they keep forgetting is this. What hidden in the dark shall be manifested in the light. This is how God works. He allows you to do what you will. The best thing is when God exposes evildoing, the whole world will know. Okay, laughing my ass off. The limited replies. What a bunch of cowards. The squad. They can all enjoy the karma coming their way, telling that the comments are restricted, but the fact he still get an ITV interview to plead his case. Here, the privilege. There's the thing. There are probably key media figures who went to Epstein Island and were entertained there, so they stick up for their fellows so they don't get ratted out if it goes to court. That's probably that. Okay, we hear you. There's that. One of the things that I saw around the time when the Epstein thing started coming out and they were arresting some of those people left and right. I have them on PYTE. They were starting to create laws in the UK where things like that will come back. They will, how do you call this? They will, like, in terms of the law, they will judge it in the UK. Alright, so they know their bodies were full of their nonsense. So they wanted to be the one to, how do you call this? To control the judgment of those pedophiles. Okay, and that's some shit. Okay, there's this. It wasn't Philip Schofield, it was his brother. I mean, he just said he owned it, he told the truth, and then the thing keeps on coming and coming, but he admitted of doing it. Okay, maybe his brother was doing it too, who knows. Okay, I second that. To the British media like to cover up pedos. Okay, the whole entire UK, all those prominent people, the social class, the people up the level, these are the people they, you know, they should look into. Okay, the anti-Meghan Markle obsession is twisted and bizarre. She married Harry, moved to the US, done, let it go. Okay, Seville, he is trying to tell us about how remorseful he is, but isn't that every pedo ever? I get that he feels fragile now, but he effed around and found out the consequences. Meghan has done nothing and got far worse virtue. That's true. Okay, the British media, especially people like Piers Morgan, have the nerve to support Philip. I mean, this is the thing. One of the comments just said, they all probably were in that, how do you call that, island, okay, with Epstein. So they watching after each other. Okay, why wasn't Meghan shown the same compassion when she spoke about her mental health? They didn't believe her, instead continued to criticize her, and she didn't even do anything wrong. There's the thing. Okay, Jimmy Savile treatment of children should have set off alarm bell decades ago, but it was quietly swept under the rug. Everyone knew what he was up to. There was no secret about his behavior. Okay, yes, but all those men are white. So, I mean, that doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it right. Okay, white privilege is on steroid currently in the island. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so the next tweet that talks about it. Okay, there's that here. Let's pause. Okay, Philip Schofield is now talking about his mental health after 2 weeks of relentless media criticism for his affair with a young man at work. However, Philip platformed bigots to abuse Harry and Meghan for the past 7 years without any pushback. Piers is currently defending Philip. He's a baggage for God, that's all. So let's listen to this. Screenshot only, okay? You're gonna see all 4 quadrants as the screenshot. Alright, but just listen. This is only for seconds.
And then sometimes we've been critical, but you look at it and think, oh, why don't you both just shut up?
Well, that's the impression.
Very sympathetic.
So this one, I guess they were talking about Harry. And is it Harry? Yeah, from Spare. So let's see here. 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
To let this case go to trial because Ghislaine Maxwell has been found guilty, and there are lots of survivors out there that want their day in court and they want to be listened to. And also in the post-Me Too era, we're very much in favour, aren't we, of women who are claiming historical abuse being heard.
Well, it's part of the healing process, isn't it?
Precisely. Having said that, whatever we might think of the Duke...
Okay, so she is pretty much talking, defending pedo Andrew regarding the Epstein thing.
Whether we think he's pompous or arrogant or stupid or not perhaps the best representation of the monarchy, that doesn't de facto make him a paedophile without that actually being proven in a court of law. And this case is going to be difficult. Let's just think back for a moment to the Newsnight interview, which I think we've got some VT of, which we'll run in a second. You know, he tried to defend himself in that interview with Emily Makers, didn't he? He made a number of claims. I couldn't have been there on the night that this woman claims in London because I was at Pizza Express in Woking. I don't sweat, so how could I have been in a nightclub? Let's just have a look at that now.
My goodness, why do these people like to defend grown men who have done unethical things? I don't understand. There is something logically wrong over there. Something wrong. My God, it's like if you decided to have a family, okay, like once you have kids or something like that, it seems like you have to get the hell out of the UK. Raise your kid someplace else, and then later on, if the kid wants to go back to the UK, they could go. At least they'll be older. My God, Jesus Christ.
About that night, she described dancing with you and you profusely sweating, and that she went on to have baths, possibly.
There's a slight problem with the sweating because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time. On that particular day that we now understand that is the date, which is the 10th of March, I was at home.
The audio is very low. I'm gonna have to put it really high when I'm editing. Very, very low. It's hard to listen. They do an interview with Andrew right there.
I was with the children. I'd taken Beatrice to a Pizza Express in Woking for a party.
We all remember that interview.
It's still a bit nuts, isn't it, to rewatch it? But the point is, none of those claims against each other are necessarily going to be tried unless it does go to trial. So if the judge decides, okay, she signed this agreement, that basically exempts her from suing the Duke of York.
Okay, the thing that she's talking about is what year was that? Something agreement that Virginia Giuffre had with Epstein. Okay, it's on this channel. I review it because the reason this agreement was supposed to be private, it was supposed to be sealed. Nobody should know about it. It only Epstein and Virginia. So what happened is Andrew claimed that he was part of this agreement. Okay, so because he mentioned he was part of this agreement, something that's supposed to be sealed, nobody should know, just Virginia and Epstein. How did Andrew know about it? So Virginia had to go to court to have it unsealed. So when it was unsealed, they mentioned royals, okay, on the agreement. You know, like Virginia cannot sue any royals, okay? So there are thousands of royals out there, okay? But Andrew's name is not specifically mentioned in the agreement. So the judge said what he said, and then the thing continued. It goes forward. I'm telling you, this guy used every possible option for him for that to not go to court, okay, to trial. And then he started challenging the New York Constitution, all sort of things. Then eventually he had to settle, okay? He couldn't prove his case. All right, so I know a little bit about that. I believe it's on this channel. Like, you could go back and, because I read the agreement, okay? I read the agreement. It's on this channel.
Over. We won't hear any of these claims on both sides challenged. We won't hear the Duke of York say, well, I don't sweat and I wasn't at that nightclub and blah, blah, blah. And we won't hear her claims either.
Is that done then?
So if the case is dropped, it's done. But then the big question...
Either way, it doesn't bode well for Prince Andrew, does it?
Exactly.
And then sometimes we've been
I'm telling you, those people have no shame. They have no shame. So let's listen to the next one. It's 1 minute and 2 seconds. I don't know how loud it is.
We go
better.
further. This is a privately leaked WhatsApp conversation with a former Tory friend. The remarks about Prince Harry's fiancée, claiming that black actresses' entry into the royal family would pave the way for a black king. During this shocking tirade,
I never heard this. Okay, this is almost the same thing that that clip that I be sharing with you when I was looking back into the tabloid and all of that. Okay, so their fear was that the mixed blood to be into the higher order of classes. Okay, I'll put that clip in. You probably should know about it.
When racism as such, as a philosophy, kicked in, was as a direct reaction to the abolitionist movement. The abolitionist movement driven by some of the leading intellectuals of the day, as well as driven by hundreds of thousands of ordinary people in this kingdom who signed petitions after petitions and presented them to the House of Lords. When the abolition movement really kicked in from the 1780s onwards, the planters had to respond. And so this is where you get the most virulent imagery about brutal, pagan, bestial.
But the media is a powerful force.
Black people in the literature and in the imagery.
Cartoons portraying black people as licentious and depraved began to circulate.
But the media is a powerful force.
The anti-abolitionist Edward Long wrote,
"The lower class women in England are remarkably fond of the blacks. In the course of a few generations more, the English blood will become so contaminated with this mixture as even to reach the middle and then the higher orders of the people. This is a venomous and dangerous ulcer that threatens to disperse its malignancy far and wide until every family catches infection from it."
But the media is a powerful force.
So this is what he's making reference to. All right, so let's listen.
You claim that you would never have sex, and I find this word hard to say out loud, but I'm going to say it in the context of what it was. You would never have sex with a Negro. You describe black people as ugly.
And so this is where you get the most virulent imagery about brutal, pagan, bestial black people in the literature.
You suggested that Meghan would taint the royal family because she is mixed race.
The anti-abolitionist Edward Long wrote,
"The lower class women in England are remarkably fond of the blacks. In the course of a few generations more, the English blood will become so contaminated with this mixture as even to reach the middle and then the higher orders of the people. This is a venomous and dangerous ulcer that threatens to disperse its malignancy far and wide until every family catches infection from it."
Oh my God. This is exactly what I've said in that video, or that clip that I share within my video. Oh my Lord.
I mean, you know, you just don't sound like a very nice person.
It doesn't sound very nice, no. There's a lot in there, what you said. Meghan Markle, I think my comments about her were disgusting. They were meant to shock, and they were private, and that I never intended them to be put in the.
But at that point, you were in the public eye.
No, I wasn't.
No. At no point. At no point. So have you tempered what you said because you are in the public eye?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think, you know.
All right. So, okay. So this one that I just listened to, this is what I'm saying. When the clip that I used to hear of him seems to be reasonable. What he was reading here was something that this woman have wrote. All right. So, but let's go to the next quadrant. To make it clear, is that he's not defending this lady, okay, but putting out what that lady have written, or what should I say?
And he loves it. Christian, I haven't told you that. Archie loves the book, which is great because he has a voracious appetite for books, and constantly when we read him a book, he goes again. But now the fact that he loves The Bench and we can say, "Mommy wrote this for you," feels amazing.
That was quite nice. She said that Archie was a voracious reader, which is an interesting claim considering he's only 2 years old. Sometimes we have this, don't we? Do you remember, like, when you first have the children and, like, they pick up a little picture book and the next thing you're thinking that they're a baby Einstein. Actually, they're just interested in the colours. Yeah. But there we have.
Oh, God. These people are disgusting. And Meghan then even said that.
And he loves it. Christian,
very sympathetic.
Oh, my God. This thing is going out of control.
Very simple.
So let's read some of the. Oh, there's more videos. Okay, let's see here. Video clip of Philip Schofield telling Harry and Meghan to shut up after 7 years of relentless media abuse. Philip Schofield is currently giving interviews and talking about his mental health after 2 weeks of media scrutiny. All right, so let's listen. 35 seconds.
Sympathy over the race issue, over the mental health issue, an enormous amount of sympathy. But looking at the polls that are being had at the moment, that sympathy seems to be ebbing away quite quickly. Yeah. There is this, isn't there, Giles, this feeling that, you know, you've made your point, essentially shut up now, and get on with your quiet American life. You've stabbed a knife to the heart of the monarchy, of which obviously there were some things that they felt needed to be highlighted. Fair enough, but stop now.
Wow.
Sympathy over the race issue with the men.
Okay, I never seen these clips until now, so I'm being enlightened. Okay, of the other side of him. This side of him I never heard before. Okay. Now, let's spend time talking about how he groomed a 12-year-old for sex, or is that not a crime in the UK? Camilla Tomney went on his show to defend Prince Andrew. Piers Morgan is currently defending him. He was interviewed by the BBC and the Sun newspaper. He is currently being protected by the establishment. Just leave it up to God. That's it. I'm just gonna scoop on over. Let me put that.
I'm just scoot on over and let you whack him. Get him again. Get him for me.
Okay, let the universe deal with him. Wealthy white men protect wealthy white men. The very reason why they continue to do what they like, because no one ever tells them they are wrong. And this is what happened when there are some really good human beings in the UK, but they're too silent. They're trying to be polite. Meanwhile, these people are running rampant, going after young people. Who knows? Maybe your kids as well. Okay, knock on wood, and, you know, talk to your kids where people should not be touching them. My goodness. There is a simple explanation of why when management at newsroom or police department investigate their own, nothing happens. Self-investigation is always a form of self-protection. Oh my goodness. So this person archived that. I'm not gonna read all of it, but let's see what is this about. A British reporter had a big Me Too scoop. Her editor killed it. Alright, so there's that. Since I click on it, you could read that. I thought it was much more than that. Okay, ex-reporter here. Reality check. Most media is owned by conservative white male. They DGAF about women or minorities. You will be told to sit down, shut up, or hit the door. Seen it, lived it. That's the thing. How will I say that? There should be a boundary. Okay, I understand people need work, but it's hard for me to say because I'm out here, I'm not them. But there are certain things, the same thing that I said about Kate. Okay, joining the husband to bash on Meghan, this is where she could have easily said, you're on your own here. I'm not supporting you on this because it's not right. You do your thing. I'm not gonna how do you call this? I'm not gonna tell on you, or I'm not gonna do anything. Just don't get me involved in that. This kind of thing. Just stay out of it. Because we already know who's in control within the institution. Women have no say. Alright? But at least that part, just say, I'm out of it. I do not want to join her. Okay? You don't go and try to be riley up Meghan or something. Try to stay away so you don't say things that will get yourself in trouble. This is the fine line. If that was me, okay, like I said, it's easier for me to say because I'm out here, I'm not them. But I know for a fact I will not join in. I will not join in. I will say, look, you do whatever you want. Don't tell me what you're gonna do. Don't tell me your plan. So, but accidentally I say something, just don't get me involved. I do not want to know. This kind of thing. That's how I would have treated the situation. Okay? And don't talk about me when you're mentioning her. This kind of thing. Just keep me completely out of it. I don't want to know a damn thing. Do not mention my name. Okay? And don't add to Meghan's pain yourself. Meaning, if I was Kate, I would say, you know, I'm not going to talk about her. Nothing. Never mention her. Okay? To add to Meghan's pain. That's how I would do. Knowing how the institution is, you know, to be more in favor of men, masculinity kind of mentality. Just don't tell me a damn thing. I'm not gonna help you to bash on her. Keep me out of it. I do not want to know. That would have been me, knowing the fine line I will have to walk in. But she joined in, she participated, her family joined in, her uncle joined in, and all of that. So they all deserve whatever it is that they're getting. But the thing is that if you're working for a newsroom, the reason I brought that, you should have a self boundary. Okay, when certain thing is happening, is reporting on. Okay, once it reach that, because you need to pay your bills. Okay, so you're not gonna do this. I'm not in favor of that. Okay, because when you're in trouble, hey, every mouse run and hide, and you left alone to defend yourself. So there should be a boundary for yourself. You yourself, nobody needs to know it. But when the thing presents itself out, you said, oh, this one I'm not gonna cross. This is something every woman in those positions should put on themselves. There is a line you will not cross. When these certain things happen, say, sorry, I'm not gonna do this. I can't do that. Or when it's time, just call in sick or something. Okay? Or at least tell your boss, look, this I'm not gonna do. This is my reason. Or something like that. Okay? Get someone else to do it. This one I will not cross or something. If they fire you, so what? At least you're left with your dignity. You go find something else. Okay? At least you will not be known of doing something unethical within your conscience and your resume, and the world will know. Alright? People need to have that self-respect. Okay, look at what's his name? Omid, when he doesn't join in with the bashing of Meghan, but he report on based on his perspective. I always said that, but social media went on and bashing on him and all of that. But he still remained true to himself. That's the main thing here. True to yourself on your reporting, and then when everything died down or escalated, at least you know you did the right thing. All right, and your mental wealth will be intact because you were consciously aware that you purposely did not want to do certain thing. All right, 2 of Harry and Meghan abusers are very supportive of Philip Schofield, who alleged groomed a teenager. There's that Piers Morgan thing here. Okay, let's see here. What did he say? Unless Philip Schofield, ex-lover, contradicts his version of event to at The Sun and BBC, then it's time to stop this relentless persecution of a guy who's lost everything and looks right on the edge to me. Doesn't seem to have committed any crime. Well, Meghan too. Meghan did not commit any crime, but you, every freaking day, you go on TV until one of the co-workers have to tell you to shut the hell up. I mean, he didn't say it like that, but you went on and on and on every day. People got tired of it. Okay, and he's not a government minister. So what? But he did something wrong. Okay, it's obvious. Who's that? According to Taz. Oh, her? Okay, it's obvious that Philip Schofield is not a pleasant person, but he has been called out for his behavior on a worldwide stage. He's lost all his job, his reputation, and his career is dead in the water enough now. He's being punished enough. It's like someone blood or worse. Whatever. This is karma for... Alright, let's see here. I'd rather deal with his victim mental health. Nasty clown. He should be prosecuted. This is not gonna happen. There's nobody in proper office to do that because they all are same mentality. Vile. Okay, Philip Schofield should just take his own advice and shut up. Alright, Philip Schofield tell Harry and Meghan to just shut up and This Morning rant. That was back September 6, 2022. Okay, let's read what's there and then that's it. Okay, are we supposed to feel sorry for Philip? What about the mental health of his victim? Okay, yep, now he's comparing his situation with Caroline Flack's situation. Oh my god, just thought about the Caroline Flack mother. Oh my god, now they're bringing her name back into the public sphere. Was he, I mean, he's been in the position as a presenter for quite some time. Did he ever defend Caroline Flack when she was going through some stuff? But now he understands when it is his turn. Like I always say, you have to go through it in order for you to understand it. So there. Okay, boy, if you don't get out here, the UK tabloid have been tearing Meghan to shred every day for years, and those morning talk shows always join in the abuse. Now he doesn't like to be at the receiving end. How cute. Okay, what's ATP? I believe pedophilia is a norm on that salty island. Yeah, still you caught. The grace and excuses they make for pedos, there leaves little to wonder. Okay, peers and buddies are all about the patriarchy. Okay, it seems only pathological liars get to have career in British media. Hey, the world is watching. The world is seeing for who they are. Apparently, there are still a lot of guilty parties in British media who have yet to be called out for their bad behavior. Seville, Schofield, Andrew, just the tip of the iceberg based on all the defenders. Alright, there is big difference in saying he has a voracious appetite for books and he is voracious reader in the books at 2 years old, but I digress and have a voracious appetite for not picking the truth. Okay, I'm piling on the next 7 years. It's only fair. Now, I'm not gonna join in. Like I said, I'm just gonna scoop over, let karma do its thing.
I'ma just scoot on over and let you whack him. Get him again. Get him for me.
Okay, I don't want to be, you know, when karma say I'm coming, I don't want to be one of those. Okay, I'm just reporting. Okay, next tweet. Schofield saw a young boy, wanted him and groomed him. He's a pedo in my humble opinion. At Piers Morgan said he's a near the edge and people should back off. True, but what about the relentless attack on Harry and Meghan? Does their mental health not matter? Alright, so there's that. He believed Phil, the white-haired white man, but didn't believe Meghan, the mixed race woman. Talk about double standard. You can see that these people were just gunning for Meghan no matter what. Yes, and as you say, based on race. Okay, for 6 years, Piers has attacked Meghan for ghosting him. Piers cannot do what he tells others to do. He doesn't care that the monarchy thinks of him as an undesirable person and told her not to communicate with him. Philip Schofield near the edge, so why persist in this ongoing small offensive through the toxic British media, all day complaining and explaining? Is it to fill the void where the question about him should be? In the words of Piers Morgan, don't believe him, he is a liar. Okay, in their eyes, everyone deserves compassion except Duchess Meghan. That is all I ever seen. The irony of seeing one of their own on the cusp and wells of leave him alone echo throughout. I don't wish death on him, but his suffering is of his own creation in every way. Karma. Philip can let's not, you know, we don't want to say things like that on social media. Okay, that's that. Let's go to the next tweet, and that's the last one I have on him. There's plenty of tweets talking about him, but I choose this. Okay, next one. You advocate for public booing of Meghan. Now you fear being spat on. There's a laugh. Karma is beautiful. Take your own advice and shut the hell up. Okay, Sussex squad, toxic British press, racist British media. Okay, Philip, like I always say, the evil originated in the UK, and every day I'm seeing it, and And it's proving me right. Philip Schofield has said he is afraid to leave the house and fear being spat on amid the fallout of his affair confession. Philip Schofield said he fears leaving his house and being spat on. Okay, let's see here. 100% thumbs up. Wasn't he defending Jeremy Clarkson for saying someone... Did he? How come I didn't come across that? Wasn't he defending Jeremy Clarkson for saying someone should be stripped naked, paraded through streets, and pelted with feces? So now he's afraid of spit. Did he? I didn't know he defended him. My goodness. Where was it? Be Kind. Okay, where was the Be Kind campaign for Harry and Meghan? They never broke any laws either. The media can whip up hatred of others, but when applied to themselves, they jump into victim role. How many times has he and others told Harry to stop playing the victim and shut up? Alright, let's see this one. Philip Schofield tells Prince Harry to shut up and crack on with work after memoir. This morning, host Philip Schofield has urged Prince Harry to move on and shut up following the release of his bombshell memoir. There's that. Okay. Due to what? Affairs connection. Recognize whose fault is that? His bed did an evil word. Okay, that's a GIF. What is this? Free shrug. Free shrugs. Okay, my mom wasn't paranoid after all. She was quite right. Prince Harry. Okay, when you're dead, you don't know you're dead. The pain is felt by others. The same thing happened when you're stupid. Okay, let's see here. Schofield trashed Meghan and Caroline Flack for spot and rating. This is what I was saying. I was asking, when Caroline Flack was going through her misery, did he join in? My goodness. Now he wants tea and sympathize because dirt on him is coming out and he lost his job. Go somewhere and sit down, Phil. Okay, shut up. There's all of that. Okay, so this is where we are. So if you go on Wikipedia, you could read more about him to know more. Okay, let's see here. In terms of the radio, how far can we go? Okay, television career. Age 19, Schofield moved with his family to New Zealand, where he made his television debut as the initial presenter of the youth music program on 23 February 1982. Okay, he also spent 2 years working for the Auckland-based radio station. In 1985, he returned to Britain, where he became the first Envision continuity presenter for children BBC. Oh my God, they all be around children. That's the thing. On weekends for 2 years, from September 1985 and what was known as the Boom Cupboard, he left in 1987, to present Going Live on Saturday morning between September 1987 April 1993. From 1988 to 1991, he was the host of smash hit Paul Winter Party, a pop magazine award show. Was he saving his money doing all those gigs? Because I know when you're on TV, you make tons of money. In early 90s, Schofield moved to adult-oriented television with various programs for ITV, such as Schofield Quest, Schofield TV Gold, and 10 Ball. Right? From 1994 to 1997, he presented talk television numbers. Okay, so there's more. So this is pretty much his resume. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it. Please, I'm not going to send a prayer for him. Karma, do your thing. Jesus, do your thing. I'm not going to get in the way.
I'm going to just scoot on over and let you whack him. Get him again. Get him for me.
So I just wanted to know how everything started. That's it. Alright, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it. Since I'm in the mood, let me do another video.
Vanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.